WWE Universe, I have just one question for you. Are you ready for a little money in the stank? That's right. This is your official Money in the Stank preview / prediction show. So tonight we are kicking off Money in the Stank with a match featuring a couple of skanks for the Intercontinental title. And in this bout between Lyra, Valkyria, and Becky Lynch, I'm going to say Becky gets the win here and becomes the new Women's Intercontinental champion. And the reason I think she will win is because nobody cares about that belt. So perhaps by giving Becky the belt, since she used to be a world champion, she's a former multiple-time world champion, perhaps that will bring respect to the Intercontinental Championship belt. Well, perhaps they are wrong, and I think they are wrong. I think Becky winning here is a step down for her character. Why should she even be feuding with Lyra Valkyria for this stupid belt in the first place? It really doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is. All right, next we have the Women's Money in the Skank briefcase match. And of course, as we all know, the skank that gets the briefcase, they get to interrupt somebody's match at some point and steal a championship undeservedly. Yeah, so who is going to be the lucky quote-unquote lady who's going to win this match? I'm going to guess, I'm going to venture to say that this chick right here has zero chance. So X out Roxanne Perez because it's Roxanne Perez, and no, she's not going to win. And then, who's this? Giulia? It's Giulia. Whoever the hell that is. Yeah, she's not going to win. The odds-on favorite is going to be Rhea Ripley. Everyone's going to expect Rhea Ripley to win. So I think Rhea Ripley will not win. I think Rhea Ripley is the star power in this match. But I think since she will be the heavy favorite, Rhea Ripley will not win this match, but she'll dominate all the rest of the women, and she'll get her spots in for sure. Naomi, I'm going to come back here. Before I talk about Naomi, I want to say Stephanie Vaquer has been doing really good in her debut. I think she's got a bright future ahead, but I think she's too new, and she won't win because she's just getting started in the company, and she's already getting a pop from the crowd. So I think it would be a little too early to give her the briefcase now. I think they need to develop Stephanie a little more, get her more over with the crowd, and then in the future she'll be ready for perhaps a main event run. Alexa Bliss and Naomi, it's either going to be one of those two, in my opinion, who comes away with the briefcase. So let's start with Alexa Bliss. I'm going to say that they haven't done anything with her yet, and the crowd likes her. She's one of the more over women in the women's division. So I'm going to say Alexa Bliss is one of the odds-on favorites to win here. But I'm going to say the Women's Money in the Skank briefcase is going to be won by none other than Naomi. We're going to see a bit of an upset here. This will be a shock to many in the crowd, I think, who probably won't see this coming. But to me, it seems obvious. She's been putting in good work. She hasn't won any big feuds lately. I'm going to say this is a good spot for Naomi to take the briefcase. And it fits her character to, in the future, interrupt a match and attack somebody while they're hurt. So Naomi's character benefits the most from being able to catch a champion while they're in a compromised position. Like, you usually see someone cashing in a briefcase either right after a match or during a match when somebody just got hit with a finisher or both wrestlers are down. So having Naomi show up and take out the belt from one of the champions, whoever it is at the time, I think will make the most sense. So I'm going to say Naomi wins Money in the Skank briefcase, and in the future, Naomi successfully cashes in the briefcase and steals one of the belts. I'm not a fan of the women's division whatsoever. I think they should go back to the old days, back like during the Attitude Era, when you saw maybe one women's match per night, and they were actual women instead of womans, if you catch my drift. But anywho, let's go ahead and predict the outcome of this men's Money in the Bank match. So first off, who's not going to win? Andrade's not going to win, and Penta is not going to win. The reason why is because them carrying around this briefcase makes zero sense. It would piss off a lot of the fans. And I think at this point, WWE has to be feeling the pressure from the fans complaining. They have to notice the ratings are slipping. They have to see that the company is in decline in virtually every area. So I'm going to guess they aren't going to give this Money in the Bank to somebody who's irrelevant, like Andrade. And somebody like Penta, he can't cut promos or anything. So I don't think they're going to give it to Penta. I used to hope that they would push Chad Gable, but I think at this point, pushing Chad Gable as this luchador character, El Grande Americano, I think it would just be stupid, but it could be a possibility, but I don't think it's the best choice for the company. So I'm going to say that the company is going to try and make the best choice for ratings and making the fans happy in this scenario, which means Solo Sikoa won't win. So you're going to have either Seth Rollins or LA Knight win this match, and the odds-on favorite would probably be Seth Rollins. So this match is going to be won by either Seth Rollins or LA Knight. And so my guess is that WWE is feeling the pressure. They've probably realized that many of the fans have been begging for LA Knight to get his push to the top. So I think at this point, they're going to let LA Knight win this match, and this gives him something to have, and then people will start talking about him. So being as he doesn't have a championship belt of any kind right now, and he wasn't in the main event scene, this briefcase will get people talking about him, wondering when he's going to cash in, who he's going to cash in on. And so I think this would be a perfect time to give LA Knight the briefcase. And then when he does cash in, it'll probably be on whoever the World Heavyweight Champion is. So I doubt he'll cash in on somebody like Cena or whoever is the WWE Champion. So he's more likely to cash in on the World Heavyweight Champion. So it might be one of those things where he waits a month, 2 months, and draws it out, keeps everybody wondering and waiting. But LA Knight, being that he is a babyface, I doubt he's going to come out and cash in the briefcase while somebody's down. He's not the type of character who's going to come out while two wrestlers are down and sneakily steal a championship win. I think LA Knight would be better fitted to do what Rob Van Dam did back in the day and call his shot and say, I'm going to cash in my Money in the Bank briefcase at the next PLE, whatever the PLE is, and announce that you're going to cash it in ahead of time. So if you guys remember, Rob Van Dam cashed in his Money in the Bank on John Cena. But he didn't do it like a sneaky heel. Instead, he openly said, I'm going to cash in the Money in the Bank at One Night Stand against John Cena. So they just made it an official match. So I think LA Knight wins Money in the Bank, and then to keep his babyface status completely intact and respectable, he challenges someone ahead of time rather than cashing it in while a wrestler is down after being hit with a finisher. And this way, they can promote ahead of time that LA Knight is going to cash in his Money in the Bank. So everyone will know for weeks ahead of time that he will be headlining the next PLE and will be cashing in his Money in the Bank. I think that would be the best move. It hasn't been done in a while, and I think it needs to be done. Now, whether he will be successful or not, I think that WWE realizes the time is now or never to pull the trigger on this guy. So I'm going to predict that you will see LA Knight win the World Heavyweight Championship by cashing in the Money in the Bank. And then, of course, we have our main event. Personally, this is something that should main event like Saturday Night main event or Raw or SmackDown. Like back in the Attitude Era, this would have been just a regular Raw main event for like 10 minutes, pop the crowd at the end of the night, and then have no clear finish, and then end the match in a ruckus at the end of Raw, and then set up a big singles match for the pay-per-view. But now you get these tag matches with nothing on the line as a main event. Like, who really cares who wins this? It really doesn't matter. So, being this doesn't matter, I'm going to guess that Cody Chodes and Yeet Boy stand strong, and we get the fans cheering and yeeting and dancing at the end. I could even see Cody Chodes doing Yeet Boy's dance at the end while the crowd does the dance. So I think they're going to end Money in the Stank with Cody Chodes Boy and Yeet Boy yeeting and doing that stupid cringy dance. So I think that since they had Cena and Logan Paul beat up Cody and Yeetmeister on SmackDown, they had the heels stand tall. I think it makes sense that tonight the baby faces go over and they end the show on a high note. And in Triple H's mind, everybody yeeting and dancing as they end the show is probably what he thinks is the best outcome to keep the fans happy. So I think that's what they're going to do. Try and stroke the fans tonight. So there you go. I hope I didn't spoil it for you. And if I get any of these matches wrong, who cares? None of it matters. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this preview. And when the show is over, I will be giving you my review. So if you enjoyed this prediction, tune in for my review. And I'll be talking about how much this show sucked. Because let's face it, we know this show is going to suck. I would be shocked if this show was anything other than hot, flaming garbage. So, I will see you guys in the Money in the Stankety Skank review. All right, peace out.